Bye, guys.
All right, here we are, another Bohyrek group. Let me just go ahead and share my screen now. Give me a second here. I should have it ready. Looks like it's showing up. Are you seeing it, David?
Yep, I can see it.
Perfect. All right. And yeah, I know Mark just mentioned something about Oi. I don't remember which line it is. I think it's I think it might be this line right here.
Then he added the phi, so I think he took care of the issues that he saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That said, if you just want to pick up where we left off last week, yeah, just go for it.
And then was it Minensa, P, Chi, Jones, Cutting, Soul? So we're still finishing up this line, right? The line that I'm at right now, and my distress and weeping.
Yes.
Okay.
Although if I remember correctly, I think it might have been me that was doing this line. I remember bringing up Mensa and Jean Chance. But if you think if maybe you have an idea how to finish the sentence, you're free to go for it as well.
What is it? I believe I don't exactly know where you're in. So after saving of Jones, you can finish it. I don't think there's really much left to do.
Okay, yeah, I'll see what I can come up with. I know it was kind of a struggle for me last time. Let's see, so Mensa, P. Jean Jones, Katenzo, and I was a little suspicious of the wording. Like it may need different syntax than the English sentence has. So maybe so they abandoned me after they abandoned. Oh, maybe it's fine as it is. Maybe I'll just keep it as is. And my following the injustice was my abandonment. So they abandoned me and my distress and weeping. I'm curious about this. There's not really any verb in this second part. So if I'm just treating it just like English, I could possibly come up with words for distress and weeping, but then I'm not sure how I would put that all together with the first part of the sentence. But,
can Stotter be used as a noun?
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
Stotter, we have distressed earlier.
Yeah, because it's already pretty common of a word. I see no reason not to use it if I can't think of anything else. So, Starter, my distress and my weeping. I guess you would put the possessive again. So, nem, my weeping. I guess. Rimi.
Rimi is probably the best one we got.
Yeah. And now the only issue is how to put this together with the first half. So. So my abandonment, my distress, and my weeping follow the injustice. Sorry, I got the shit on the other screen here. Okay. Yeah.
I think if we go with the English, it could be like following the injustice. There was my abandonment, distress, and weeping. So we can, rather than they abandoned me, be like there was my abandonment. So
okay.
One, I don't know, not cotton. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. Following the injustice. So should I say it as So following the injustice, there was following the injustice, they had abandoned me, and there was my distress and weeping. I'm not really sure.
Following the injustice, there was or there were my abandonment, my distress, and my weeping.
So it would be what? Nanensa P Chi and Jos Won Pao Kat and so Nem Pastorte Nem Padrimi.
And one. So for abandonment as like a noun, I'm not sure how you would do that as a noun. Like, should it be Paco, Paco, there was, or maybe there was there, see, there was there.
I think we can go with the P cut, and so because like you can still use P with any verb. Be like the abandonment of me.
I mean, maybe like I wouldn't be surprised if it does occur in Bohairic. I haven't seen anything like it. Like I'm trying to think of like parallels in Sahidic, which it's already rare in Sahidic, but like I've seen things like when it's talking about like someone someone being punished, and then they're being tortured and like by burning them to death. You'll see like the verb like there's the verb barokah, and sometimes you'll see like like the Bohairic equivalent would be like P rokhut or something. It's like the burning of me or something. So it's like definite article, and then it's like the verb is a noun, but it still has like a suffix at the end that means like they did it to me. But that's already pretty rare of a construction. So
so I see an example in Jeremiah 2:19, and it does say Finchashinak NJ Pikat and Soak, and in English it's die forsaking me.
there you go then. So P cut. So there was the putting me behind them. I guess that would be the equivalent with the pronouns that we have here. So yeah, if that kind of construction occurs in Bohairic, I'd say use it. So after the injustice, there was the abandoning me, by them, the putting me behind them, and I guess maybe you need a nem here. Nem pastarter, nem parimi. What do we all think of this? Yeah, I'll just keep it as is then, unless any of us think of any amendments to make to it later on. So yeah, we'll just go with it, I guess. All right, David, you'd be next.
All right. Wonder, do we have a? Because I thought we had flow in me somewhere else. Maybe it didn't. But we would have.
So at this point, the narration changes from Jesus speaking to Jesus for the next 3 or 4 lines.
Oh my God, did I forget how to spell Jesus? Maybe.
That's correct. Yeah, you got it.
Well, Jesus, Exok, in us. I want to see if there's already a. Flow in, draw to.
could try to look up some other words for flow. Sorry, I'm not used to sharing the screen, so let me try to look some stuff up on my other monitor here for.
Could I not just say it's track soak on? I mean, it's
in us. For flow in us, like if I had without trying to look up any examples, the ones I would intuitively go with, I don't know if it's correct or not. I would go with either incheten or devol hitoten. Those seem like what would be used to me, but I don't actually know.
Also, I don't think we can start with a thread soak. I think we'll have to use like emper or ak. So like you shall or you may. But also, if you want to do it as a, what's it called? Imperative, then I think we need to have emper.
impair.
Yeah, well, emper would be the negative. So for the equivalent in Sadic would be like let them, let them to do. So it'd be like mare. For example, like maref, treu, whatever. So I'm wondering if you do the same thing in Bohairic or if it's different. I honestly don't remember.
I remember seeing in Bohairic in the negation, yeah, you're right. It's like it would be like impen, threk, soak. So for the not negation, it would be like ari. I think Milan, if you open it, it does mention the idea of imper or impen before causative. So maybe he also explains what happens in affirmative, not negation. In your Milan, if you look for impen or imper, you will find, check again, like keep going, you'll find, like search for the next impen.
Impen, I think this is it.
Yeah, you see, this one says impen before causative, so I'm wondering if just above it, it also explains the affirmative for causative.
Yeah, I wish this was all in English, honestly, because it's just time consuming to try to translate it in my head. But so impentre, so that would be like do not let. And then ma. I'll just look for the word causative. Maybe something will come up. Impen. It seems so simple too. I'm sure I've seen it before. Impare. I don't remember what it is. I assume it would be here somewhere.
Maybe search for mare and check what it says.
Search for mare. That's just the regular causative. No. Let's try this. Maybe just search for right. Maybe something will come up like that. Pen. Stemtre. Mensa.
I've seen it using the third feature, so maybe the third feature is used as imperative for causative. Just guessing.
It could be. Pen. Dinatre. tre. Yeah, I wish I knew at the moment. I just don't. I could put this into I can split this in half, by the way, so we can see both. Eketre pe. So you shall have this temple. Oh, that's not it. Maybe you could do that. If whether or not that's the only way to do it, that could be an option if we can't think of anything else. So third future with the tre. So I guess maybe eke. You could do eke. But it's nominal, so it would be saying like a cause to have a stream of pouring tears flow in us. So you'd have to say, you shall cause, and then a stream of pouring tears, and then the sok would come, after all that. So for example, something like I could delete this afterwards. So like eke tre, stream of pouring tears, and then sok, like that. That's one possible way. I can't think of any other ideas at the moment.
Okay. So essentially, cause a stream of pouring tears to flow on us, essentially.
Yeah, I mean that's how I would word it in English. Like it. This how it is. Obviously, it's still grammatical English, but I think most people wouldn't talk like this every day. Like they wouldn't really postpone the noun, the subject, unless it's really like literature, fancy literature or something, which this is, or it's poetic. So, I mean, you could say if you wanted to say nj, you could say, I guess you could say eke tre, whatever gender stream of pouring tears is. I guess it would be stream. I guess I don't know. Let's assume it's masculine. I guess you could say, eke tre sok, and then
And
in Chayten, nj, and then the stream of flowing tears. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I think that'll probably just work better.
Okay. Yeah, just whatever you feel, whichever option you like the most. I would just go with that.
Spoken Chayten and your in Tidrimin own stream of pouring tears. And for pouring tears, would it be better to say?
Oh, for tears, I would say
for your into neither me. Actually,
I was thinking about whether to do that. I think maybe the end is fine as it is. I wouldn't change it to ente unless you want to.
So until your and neither me and pawn.
Yeah, I don't know if Rimi as such could be used as a synonym for tears in Bohairic. The word for tears that I know, just the Saitic equivalent is erme, or well, Saitic is ramye, but I think in Bohairic you say like erme, and then ermawe, I think, for plural.
So what is it? I
Er,
looked it up on the Remen Chemi site, and I just found tears a feminine noun for Rimi.
erme. Yeah, it's not coming up like as a lemma, as like its own lemma. I think it's just categorized under Rimi. But I do see.
Yeah, because I can see the Sahidic Remei.
Yeah, and then there's Erme for Bohairic, and then there's give tiers. So Diramier, then the Bohairic is Di Erme, Ermo, or Ermoe rather. Yeah, that's Erme is the one I would use if I were doing this translation. Stream of pouring tears.
Imni Remei and Pon. And Yor Inni Remei
Stream of
and Pon.
tears. Now I'm thinking about this. Maybe the inte is a better idea. So Uyor inte.
Uirentini Irmei and Pon.
Maybe Eupon, like tears which pour. Or, well, no, it's definite. So maybe a better idea is ni erme et pon.
Tears which pour.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's Pon. That's Pon. Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure it wasn't et versus et.
Right. Yeah. I think it would. Yeah, I think it would use a tough instead of a theta. So O Jesus ekatref sok in chaitin nje uyor inte nirme et pon. This. I think it looks good as it is right now, unless you still want to maybe make some adjustments, but I think it looks decent. Cause to flow in us. Then your is
I'm not sure if we can use NJ because NJ puts the subject and the stream of putting tears is not the subject.
Cause it. So it's like if you didn't have this noun phrase here as the subject, you would have to say like cause it to flow in us, and then
this would be the
object.
Like,
yes, you're right.
I am flowing tears, so there'll be like.
You're right. Yeah.
And your.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yes, cause it to flow in us. So I guess maybe just take, you wouldn't be able to use NJ, then you would have to take this whole thing and then put it between tre and sok.
No, just the objects like N. So just like N uyor entenir med pon. That's it.
So cause it to flow in.
So assume in us doesn't exist, it'll be like I am flowing a stream. So that's like a simple sense, like ti sok en uyor.
So which part would you change then?
The NJ, I will go with a simple N because it's just an introduction. Just the subject mark, the object marker. That's it. It's just an object, right? Nothing is super fancy about it. Like nothing is so special about it. It's just an object that was just delayed. You can say cause to flow a stream of pouring tears in us. So it's just the object, right? Am I making sense? Does it make sense?
Yeah, because the nchaitin wouldn't be a direct object. Certainly, it would either be like an indirect or some sort of like a prepositional phrase, something prepositional or genitive or something. Yeah, but it wouldn't be a direct object. The Yorenten, Ramieton, that would be the direct object. So it would get an N if it's a direct object then. But then I think the remaining issue for me is whether or not to keep this this subject here, or sorry, not the subject. Well, no, it would be a.
This is a causative. This is not the verb starts from sok. Tref is just to cause. Wait, you should cause to flow in us. Cause me to repent. We like 3.
I think that's why I was thinking about inje earlier, because technically the phi here would still be the subject. I mean, I know there's like I know the eke part is like also a subject, but I think in terms of
maybe it doesn't take anything. Cause.
You should cause it to flow on us.
Yeah, and then cause it to flow on us, a stream of pouring tears. And Coptic does that sometime. Well, you're like, you don't need a marker if something repeats. Like if I want to say, I love Jesus, my Lord, you just say en Jesus, then like pa choice. Like it does not, when you keep, it doesn't need an N. It doesn't need anything. It's like
because that's like an appositional phrase. Like you don't need any like particles or direct object markers. It's just like you're just putting like another title or another name after, and we know we're talking about the same entity. So for this, I'm still like, I feel like there's a possibility that nj might be it wouldn't be wrong to use nj here, because I think, like, at least for the sok part, I mean, that's the verb, and like the phi right before it, I mean, that's technically a subject, even though, because it's literally, you know, cause that.
The one to cause is him. So you cause. So the subject is you, which is clear in Eke.
Right. I'm just thinking, so like, because if you were to say, if you were to instead say, Eke tre, you know, and then you have the, you know, noun phrase here, and then you have the sok, like this noun phrase here, you know, this would still be, I don't know if it's the only subject. It would be, I mean, it would be like the subject that's immediately governing or whatever the sok part, because you have verb, and then this part would be the subject. So along those lines, I'm thinking that nj could be an option, but I might be wrong. But because when you say it in English, for example, when you say something in English like, you know, he causes, you know, you'd have a word like that, like a conjunction word, like he causes that, you know, something happens, like he causes that, they pray or something, like, you know, the he part here before the cause is like, that's a subject, but then after the word that, this is really like a sort of subordinate or like subjunctive sort of, you know, it's like a new clause. So like the they here is also a subject because it's right before the verb. So like he would be a subject and they would also be a subject, but like these two things in English are clearly, you know, delineated by this that, you know, he causes that something happen.
But in Coptic, would change it a little bit to say he causes them to pray, which is how we use tre. It's like, you shall cause us to pray. So, eke thren shle. So we switch around. Let's say, and then, so think about it, you cause us to pray the liturgy. It'll be eke, assume this is how it should be, eke thren shlel in ti liturgia. So ti liturgia is not the subject.
Correct. But
So
But for
Honestly,
tre, like tre by itself, because like tre is really just like a. I mean, it comes from tra, which is just a causative of the word ear. It's like saying cause to do. It's literally just from it's like rarely used. I think it's in the dictionaries, but like it can't. There's no such thing as like if you said off, what is it, off tref or something, like that's not a complete statement in and of itself. It just means like he caused, or let's I don't know if it's maybe that, like he caused them. Like that's not a complete predication by itself. You need a verb after it, and so because it's really just like a sort of prefix. So the phi here, that would be a subject. And then the u here for the plural, that would also be a subject. As far as I understand it, again, I could be wrong, but that's how I understand it. I think it just looks misleading in Coptic from our perspective, because it looks like it should be an object, but I think it's still functioning as a subject.
so according to Gemini, we shouldn't be using tre anyway. It's telling me, say, masok. I mean,
On the side, I was actually trying to look to see if there's any examples. If you look at, I'll try. Where's chat? Verse 9. At the very beginning, there's an example where it says, "Wo efe tre kashai."
where are you looking?
Voice.
Sorry, where are you looking?
Verse 9
Of like this?
of the Deuteronomy chapter 5. Was it 5? Deuteronomy.
You said verse 9?
Yeah, at the very beginning.
And he shall, okay, so third future, causative.
It's combining the kappa and the ashai, but I think the kappa is supposed to be part of the track.
Yeah, it's not parsed correctly. But I see the example you wanted to illustrate. So it's like and the Lord shall cause that you multiply or be numerous.
But probably more so just for the discussion of whether Inja, at least there, is definitely being used for the phi and not the kappa.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that'd be a really good thing to hunt down. Like, see if there's examples where if there's a noun with nj, if the nj is referring to like the pronoun that comes after the tre part and not before. I don't know if we really have the time to. I think it might be kind of complex to search for an example, but yeah, that would be really illustrative to do so. So for this, I'm not sure.
So you, God, caused it to pour into us a stream of pouring tears, or tears which pour.
If I were to try to go with like to err on the side of caution, like the way that's like least likely to be in error, I would probably just instead of doing the phi, I would just take the whole thing and just put it after the tre, and then put the soak after that, like I brought up earlier. But it's up to you.
Let's see. What would the difference be? So, o Jesus ek tref soak en gitten en mayor entre ni erme et pon, or o Jesus ectre mayor entre ni erme et pon sok en geten.
Yeah, exactly. That second one. It's up to you, but that's what I would do if I wasn't sure.
So according to AI, I uploaded Milan on it, asking a question, and it goes with tre with nothing, just no suffix. Tre sok and chitin in Uyaro, just the word I got for stream, in Eremowi. It doesn't use, I mean, I don't know how much it knows.
Well,
But-
actually, I just want to make sure. I actually want to make sure that I have the correct gender, or if it's doing a base of the.
So it's using a different word for.
Yes. Okay. So it's
According to, so tears is Ermoi, not Erme. Erme will be the singular, so you're gonna go with Ermoi.
I wouldn't consider I wouldn't consider it wrong. I know there's certain nouns, you know, like family members, for example. Like if you wanted to say fathers, I think you would rarely, if at all, see like ni niyot. You would always see niyoti or something. But there are nouns where if they have a distinct plural form, it's not uncommon to see like a plural article with the singular form. But yeah, I would still change it to ermoi, like Mark said.
is it?
Ni ermoi.
I think it's just a Hebrew thing where they do the singular article for plural nouns too. What is it? I forget the exact name. It's like divine. It's mostly because of the discussion with Elohim and whether or not it was.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think there might be like a Latin term for it too, like when there's like a plural noun that's like referred to always as singular, something like the word like not pants, but like intestines or something like that, like where it has an S, but like it's really, you can't really make it singular, or maybe I'm thinking of something different.
Guys, I found it. So I'm looking at Milan and I wrote eketre, and I see eketre pi erpei one imawatf. One is open, right? So it's like you shall cause this temple to open on its own. So it'll be like, O Jesus, eketre, and then uyorente niermeu soken chiten. So cause a stream of pouring tears flow in us. If you just look up eketre in Milan, but when I say Milan, I mean Regis Randy's HTML, Randy's website. So put the subject, or
Okay.
it is actually like almost like it's a subject and an object. It's like the object of tre, but then the subject of one. So it works out. It does bring everything we're saying together. So
yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. Like structurally, like pi out of pi. This is the one you're talking about, right? Pi out of
yes,
pi.
one amount. Yeah.
Because you know, like I see how it's easy to like think of it as an object when you're, you know, referencing eketre pi arpe. But like if you're just looking at the pi arpe one by itself, you know, like that by itself, first of all, is a complete predication. Like this temple opens. But the fact that it's coming like right before the verb, like
yes,
it doesn't even make sense to think about pi arpe as an object. It has to be a subject here in this, just in this part alone. But then when you combine the whole thing, the pi arpe would be a subject for this part of the thing, and then for the ektre pi arpe part, like the eke would obviously be a subject, and then
so this works, right?
Yeah, that works. Yep.
All right, it works for us. I just have to search it. Fun fact, it's free, so I was able to upload just Milan as a PDF on Gemini, and it's actually giving me some really cool stuff. It's not super accurate, but it works.
how convenient? Like, did you just convert the entire web page to PDF and then upload
I
it
went
to?
to your PDF, did Control P, and I said save as PDF. Went to Gemini, upload a doc, and I was like, hey, this is French grammar, it's in Unicode, and it's actually not hallucinating in Coptic. If you ask it Coptic things, it hallucinates. But if you give it a doc, I said it's in Unicode, only get stuff from the doc. And it is the one that told me you don't put anything after tray. So I looked it up. You just double check, but at least it gives you ideas. And it is the one that tells me Ermowi is the plural, so I went to double check.
Maybe.
So
That was mostly just carelessness because Randy already mentioned it earlier. Because initially I was just doing T-Tree-Me and then converting to Knee-Tree-Me or Knee-Ree-Me, sorry, not Tree-Me.
yes, and it can translate full sentences because it just puts it all together. It doesn't know what it's doing, but it puts stuff together. Which is,
Yeah, it can see like patterns in terms of like syntax and try to come up with what it thinks are plausible sentences. Which I mean, it's not useless, but you can at least give us ideas. Okay, yeah. Unless either of you can think of like any other ideas for how to do the sentence, this is what I would go with if I didn't know how else to do it. But yeah, thanks, David. I think we just leave that as is. Then would oh no, I already went, so I think it would be your turn, Mark, if you're in a position to do the next sentence.
Sure, yeah. All right, let me have my dictionary because I always need it. The heart burns with fire. So the heart would be P-hit, right?
Yep.
So let's put this P-heart. I know it's Rok in Zaidic. I'm not sure what it will be in Pyric. Let me check.
There's also different. There's different kinds of burn also. So that might have to be taken, not just like transitive, intransitive, but like burn in terms of like a different, like not just burn, but like a kindling, or like when you're talking about like a fireplace that's like where the fire's burning. You could probably say rocklich, but usually you see things like what's the other word I'm thinking of? Like in Zaidic, you see I think Shara or something like that in Zaidic. I don't know what it is in hierarchy if it exists. Like that's like really like like something is like kindling or blazing, like like a fireplace, not like a fiery
on fire.
Yeah, like not like on fire or something that's like like someone's being set on fire or something.
You're right. There's like chero, based on what you're saying. So chero, like kindle or blaze.
Yeah.
Or burn. So this is nice. If I wanna say burn, it says burns for. I don't see burns with fire. Like burns for. And then kindle. I'm just looking at crumb, and then but for rock it has burn by, burn through, burn with. Just I like rock just because it has like chen to mean burn with or burn by, so I can put fire next to it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't doubt that there is a sentence like that somewhere in the literature. It would not surprise me. So if you feel that's like the better option, then I would say go for that one.
Just because it has chen in the list after. That's it. Not because I think it means better. So chen, okay. And then we said fire is chrome. I know chrome is
chrome, yeah.
Oh, there is a word like chrome means be on fire or to burn. So
there's
I can just
say chrome to fire to or set a
fire to. So it'd be like heat chrome means it's already just one word that means is on fire or is burning. So I like that. What do you guys think?
But does it mean is on fire, or is it just like the literal gloss, like to be fire or to become fire? Like something more like
No, it's like to be on fire or to burn. So if I say the match is burning, is on fire, or the house is on fire, not the house is fire. Like the house is on fire. You say Chrome. That's what I see here on Chrome. So you just search Chrome. It says like Chrome is be on fire
See.
and burn. You can also say T Chrome is put fire or set alight, which means it's literally anything has to do with fire. I like that. What do you think?
Oh yeah. I don't doubt, because I'm seeing it here too. I don't doubt the sense for be on fire.
Heat, Chrome. That's it. That's all we need. That's my guess.
Yeah, it would be simpler. That's true. Yeah.
Oh, wait. With fire of yes. Okay. So I don't know if can we do that? By Chrome N. I think I've seen random things where they take the part that becomes a verb and like with fire of sadness, like Chrome N sadness. Would this work?
The heart burns with.
Let's say heat Chrome N sadness. What do we use sadness for? I'm sure we used it before. Sadness. We said pihibi. So can I say Chrome and pihibi?
Sadness of a broken heart. Wait, the heart burns with fire of the sadness of a broken heart. Is that English sentence? Is that fine? How it is? Because it seems kind of weird to me. Like in terms of like just like the meaning, like the heart burns with the fire
of the sadness.
Of a broken heart. So like it starts out with the word heart.
To me, I think this is fine. The heart burns with fire of the sadness of a broken heart. Because at the very least, to me, sadness of a broken heart is itself sort of, I don't know what you say, noun phrase. Like it itself is its own thing.
So the reason I'm thinking maybe you can do this because you know things like Pimewi, which is like you actually don't have to say and strictly a verb or a noun. It's sometimes like Pimewi. So like remember, do the remembrance. So sometimes you can do and then literally anything can come after. I've seen like something. I've seen sarx, not just like sarx or chi sarx, like or romi, like very specific. You just put the noun. So I think we can say Chrome and pihibi, or maybe Chrome and pihibi. So the heart becomes the fire of sadness, or fires up of sadness. Be on fire of sadness. Be sad. I'm not sure, or you can just keep it easy and say roka. But I feel this might work.
So the heart burns, or the heart is on fire. I'd probably say chen instead of p, because it's like with, it's like, by means of. It's like, how is it burning? It's burning through, with the fire of something. So so far that's the only thing I would change. I know we haven't finished it yet, but like I would change the m to a chen before the heavy.
But this is like the fire in the sadness.
The fire, it's still, because when I'm reading it's like it's just throwing me off, because it's like you have of the sadness of. It's like you have two ofs, and it's like you have like you have like a two-layered sort of like.
Oh no! We can do this. I think with like you do it in English, so I think you can.
I would say if you have an idea of how you want to write the full sentence, I would say write that first. Then maybe looking at it, it would be easier to make any suggestions. We should just see what it looks like.
Guys, this is Gemini, so it's pretty good, as in close enough. So just pointing that out in case you ever need Coptic, just upload Melon on it and it should work. And you can create a gem that always has the PDF on it, and you can always reuse every time.
Oh, nice.
It's called a gem because it's Gemini. Yeah, Chat Manager, add one, upload Milan and all the PDFs you want. Oh, we can have like one large PDF. It's like, hey, give me info from this.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's go with the easy one. We said Rock and then Pihibi. Okay, let's just finish the rest. In Pihibi, just so we can get through the rest. And then the other two, we're not meeting next week because whole week, so let's do it at home so we can just get over with it. So we don't have to meet for it next week.
Okay.
Exercise the reader, but let's finish them here so we have complete things. I have a broken heart. In Pihibi, it's not. He hit again. And then broken. What's break? What's like broken in qualitative?
I
Oh,
think if there's worship. I mean, there's definitely more than one word for break. Worship is one. Wojip apparently, or yeah, wojip, wedge.
There's like poji. There's like for break, and I see poch, and they both. This one's divided. One is burst. There's a lot. Which one are you looking at? Oh, there's crushed, break, destroy. Chimchom.
I'm home. Let's see. Yeah, and again, that'd be up to you because it's like I've rarely seen words for like breaking in literature as it is. So it's like I don't know if one word means more like if it's only like literally breaking an object in the real world, or if it can be metaphorical too. So that I wouldn't know.
Chomchem is be crushed, broken, destroyed. Like it's everything. Like yes, destroyed. It's a crushed heart. Actually, I'm not sure. David, are you leaving? Bye.
Yeah, I have to leave. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll give you. All right, he left. Okay, we're done. I think. I'm not sure. Actually, I don't know. So, and how about you finish the next one? The next one, we can do it now, and then we can stop whenever it's one. And the next one, we'll let David do it at home, and then we can review it offline.
Okay, so just do this next one. With sins that have wounded you, with continuous disobedience.
With sins have wounded you. So it's like, no. With sins, I have wounded you.
Okay.
So it's weird. It's like with sins, keep that on the side. I have wounded you with continuous disobedience.
So maybe chen. Might be able to just do Navi, but maybe I'll say chen Han Navi, maybe.
That works. Yes, and then forget about it, and then finish the rest. I would do with continuous. It's with or by, so it's like chen again. By.
Wound. I don't remember how to say wound.
We've done wound a lot. Wound. It's chot. That's wounded. So the verb for it is probably chot. Yeah, chot is what we used earlier.
Okay. Okay, with Chima, so.
And it's A after. Which makes sense. The thing I like to think of, like whether it's A or M, it's how Christian said it used to be like I am upon wounds to you or wounds of you. So it's to you. So it's A.
So Iraq, you mean?
Iraq, yeah.
I shot Iraq.
It'll be like 10 again.
And
What's continuous? Munevol. So it mean what's disobedience?
Probably comes with men, but for disobedience, probably something at
Sotem.
Maybe.
At Sotem Iraq.
I don't remember if there's like mint at Sotem. There isn't Sahidic. There's also, I think.
Men, yes, you're right. Met at Sotem. I see it in Boharic.
So, Chenu met at, like that?
Hen u mit at sotem. Yes, that's what I'm seeing on Chrome. Mit at sotem muharrik. And it doesn't need arrow something. It's not like in
It doesn't need to have a resumptive pronoun.
Yeah, like ismin, yes.
Yeah, because met at sotem would be feminine.
Ismin, yes, you're good at very good at not missing this. So sometimes I do. Ismin, because it's met uru, ti met uru. Yes, it's feminine. Amazing. All right. So easy. We give you an easy one.
We're not doing this last one. We're leaving it for David.
No, let's do it. Actually, no, I have a minute, so I have to run. But this one would we that it's like not. I will give it a literal translation, so I guess he needs it. Literal. May we go out.
So
Nice.
maybe this might make it a little bit easier too for the would that we. That's probably when you would want to use a moi. I know it's not something you run into commonly, but it's the hamoi from Sahidic, just without the hori at the beginning.
Which one? Say that again. I missed everything.
So, amoi.
Amoi is like come.
No, it's a particle. It's like would that, or I wish that blah 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 happened.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's not common.
Okay, I see it. Would that, that.
Yeah.
No, this one's like, may we, like, let we. I wish we are. I wish we are. Something like that. May I spend the night thinking of you.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, maybe it's not a good choice then. I think amoi would be probably more appropriate for like in the past, like like something that you regret, like something didn't happen the way we wanted to. It's like we wish that this had happened instead of that or something. That I think would be a more appropriate use of amoi. But for this, I would just use like the marin probably.
Yeah. Marin pour our blood in remorse throughout the night. So we can just move around. All right, that's time. I think I'm glad we finished. I have a few ideas we're not meeting next week. We'll meet the week after.
Okay.
All right, have a great one. That was
All
fun.
right. Yeah,
Bye.
take care.